Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
Glory of this Devi. In English,
Goddess.
yeah. Devi means the goddess, no?
Playful girl, huh?
If you write Sumiti Devi, Devi means anyone. You have to write Devi, Srimati, Sriman. This is the respectful word. But parallel respect, not very highly respected. Because love only moves in parallel. Who is telling? Nikunja Devi. The one Manjari, the very close friend of Devi is telling, oh my Nikunja Devi, who always ready to fulfill all desire of the Krishna is a Nikunja Devi. This Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead, everybody knows. And he is never satisfied. But she makes this Krishna also satisfied. When he thinks, listen the name of Nikunja Devi, he becomes sad. When he sees, he cannot lose his control. Because she is so beautiful, so loving and so kind, you cannot imagine without becoming close to her. When she was small baby child, with birth, she not opened her eyes. Everybody thinks one girl born with birth without heart. Until the Krishna not come to front, she not opened her eyes. She is so fixed, one-pointed. Is this love? Only if I want to learn one-pointedness, and the associate friends of the Radhika, they also.
Glory to some Nikunja Devi, who revives the son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, who has fainted out of affliction.
Out of?
Affliction. He has been hit, Gurudev, by the arrows of Cupid. Pain, yes. He has fainted because so many desires came in him.
Krishna, what you think 30 years to pray, be friends with who makes him to friends with Devi. And who is watching? The friends of Radhika, all they watch how he is fainted and how they are that manjaris and pinkies are helping to. Same thing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is fainted. Here Krishna is fainting, there Mahaprabhu is fainting, Radhika is fainting. How he come out from the faint, this is happening. Separation, the beauty, when he feels of Krishna himself. And then when the name of Radhika, Krishna name is going to the ear of Radhika, this was the medicine for life. This is the pastime of Chaitanya. All this is very connected, Chaitanya Lila and other Devi. One is Radhika is fainting because of Krishna, and Krishna is fainting to see the beauty and thinking for Radhika and Krishna. Like some arrow shoot through his heart. He cannot move, he cannot.
And then what Gurudev? What is happening when Krishna is fainting?
See that same thing what Mahaprabhu and fainting is happening. All the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they come, they start standing, they start putting water. These are the manjaris of Mahaprabhu. Radhika's manjaris are trying to recover. Somebody wants to give some medicine. But son says, no. His medicine is Krishna name. Why we are chanting? We not faint because we have no disattachment. And we want to bring at this type of feeling in our heart.
They are now listening, Gurudev?
I suggest that 9th is the Radhastami, and we have to prepare for Radhastami. So how we can go 1 hour at the 9th if you talk on Radha, Rani or listen, it will never work. It's not a philosophy. It will take time to understand Radhika. So why not we do everything? And we have to understand the glories of Radhika.
Jaho!
Now Pandit ji will get class today.
Can I sit next to you?
No, sit there. No problem. They can should see you.
No.
No, you have to sit hard. You are giving class. Sit, no problem.
I want to hear you.
No, I will explain. Please, you.
Who was online, Panditji?
Ananda Mai, can you hear me? Okay.
But when you are only listening to you, then they will not listen to you. They will listen to you. Because they, what do you say, hear.
No, this is just because if they want to ask some question or something.
So this is here. This is not a speaker.
Because
They will not listen me, they will listen you on the side.
no, the microphone is here.
I see. Okay. Sorry?
It's just starting the first paragraph of the commentary.
So we're reading from verse 6 of Radha Rasa Siddhi. Vidya Pramodara Sasara Nijanga Sangha Piyosha Vichini Chayara Visechayanti Kandarpa Koti Sharamurchitananda Sundari Sanjeevani Jayati Kapi Nikunja Devi. Nikunja Devi. Glory to some Nikunja Devi, who revives the son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna. Why? He has fainted out of affliction caused by millions of Cupid's darts. So somehow he has darts in his heart from Kamadev. And she is giving her nectar waves of her bodily contact. Like, wake up, wake up. This is how you do it. But she is giving nectar waves of her bodily contact, which is the essence of divine blissful rasa. Commentary. As long as a devotee is in the stage of practice, the sadhaka, we are very conscious about this body. So it's easy for us to become a sadhaka. And we want to live in this body as a sadhaka. But we may, by the association, we may develop a desire to have something more than this body of a sadhaka. And now he feels, in this verse, he feels that his usual bodily consciousness is mixed with an awareness of his eternal spiritual body. So something is happening. He is coming in contact with the spiritual realm, with Radharani, his Ishtadev. And in this way, his spiritual consciousness awakens. He becomes conscious of something more than his form as a sadhaka. And when he reaches the stage of rati or bhav, he becomes liberated. Gurudev, how does this happen? How can I change from my sadhaka consciousness that I can start to feel my spiritual body?
But there, one is the first one was, you read the book open. I don't remember now. You cannot close it. And move the table and sit here. My picture is not there. Let's move this. Oh, there are phones. Take them a chair. Yeah. So read again.
As long as the devotee is in the stage of practice, he feels that his usual bodily consciousness is mixed with an awareness.
Bodily conscious. Sadhana is bodily conscious. And when spiritual practice is there, then it's mixing. Sometimes I feel spiritual, and again I come down in my senses. This is the nature. So we are in marginal. This is the nature of margin here and there, here and there.
Marginal, yeah.
Marginal. So
in between.
In between. My nature, my lusty desire is a kama. My kama is so fixed with my senses and body and mind that it brings me easily to my body.
Again and again I become
Body and desires of lusty desire of material things living.
I, me, and mine.
So here, Radhika is doing what? The line.
Krishna has fainted.
Yeah, fainted.
And within
Yes, we are fainted. This is our situation. We fainted. We don't know what to do. This is the faint position.
Unconscious.
Unconscious. I don't want to do this material enjoyment, but it happens to me.
I'm spiritually unconscious.
Unconscious. And sometimes I am materially unconscious. Sometimes materially consciousness is too much and spiritually consciousness is too much. So I don't know, I am fainting. This is my fainting position.
So we can take Krishna's example.
Yes, example. Go on.
But he has fainted out of affliction caused by millions of Cupid's darts.
Arrows.
We have lusty darts in our mind.
Yeah. But Radhika made big arrow of lusty desire. Why you are fainting? You want to leave others, so you are fainting. Now I give my arrow of lust. When this lust will injure, you will not faint. Your all karma will grow up. Your desire only will grow up for me. I need that you wake up. This is the mercy of God. We are also fainting, going here and there, here and there. When Radhika gives mercy, she gives the arrow of Kamadev, that the spiritual lusty desire grows so much that you have no grief for doing that. Like that. There are two lust desires, kama. One is material vashana for self-enjoyment. One is Krishna Priti, Kam Vachana, Dhare Prema. Means the Kama for Krishna, Kama for exchange of love, is spiritual love. There are two types of Kama. When if my spiritual lust broke, then my material lust finished. Go on. Read.
Krishna has fainted out of affliction caused by millions of Cupid's darts. And then Radhika, with the nectar waves of her bodily contact,
He
is
gives the waves from the spiritual bodily contact to Krishna. He
reviving him.
revived. Mahaprabhu was fainting, and the name of Krishna revived to Chaitanya. This is revival. When lusty desire comes, you no need to fail. You have to ready to act on that greed, karma. If the man becomes fainted in material world, the lovers, what she can do? She wake up. Open your eyes. Why you are fainting? So this is happening in material world. And in the spiritual world, Swami is taking out the fainting of Krishna. What you doing? Come, I am ready. Come to this. And this the lusty desire creating inside the Krishna. So this is for us that our material desire will finish, but when my spiritual lusty desire will come. Understand?
Can you explain this a little bit more, Gurudev? The spiritual lusty desires that we should develop?
Go on, I would say no.
As long as the devotee is in the stage of practice, he feels that his usual bodily consciousness is mixed with an awareness of his eternal spiritual body.
You see? So mixed. So I cannot stay in my spiritual body. How I will stay in my spiritual body when I have a lusty desire in a spiritual body?
Material body.
It's the spiritual body. Material body is bringing me out. But I need this lusty desire. What is for material world? Same lust in my spiritual body. So this only Radhika can give mercy. And when Radhika is fainting, then Krishna gives mercy by his touch. Yeah. Now more clear. Go.
As long as the devotee is in the stage of practice, he feels that his usual bodily consciousness is mixed with an awareness of his eternal spiritual body. But when he reaches the stage of rati or bhav,
Rati means
Attachment.
lusty desire. Rati is the wife of Kamadeva. When Rati, imagine, material life. When you have extraordinary lust, then you become mad. You don't see others are sitting or doing. You run for your lover. This lusty desire make increasing to kama. Kamadev enter to you. You become blind. This lusty desire comes through the rati. Without rati, lusty desire, Kamadev will never enter. Why did I rati? Understand? You understand? Anything is difficult? Yeah. So Rati is not with my body material. I have Rati in material body. I go for Kama in material body. And when Rati comes to my spiritual body, I go to the Kama of the spiritual body. Then my material body is not disturbed. And that way, my spiritual life increases.
And I become liberated.
Liberated, free. Liberated means free. Lust is important. Your Rati is important. Sri Guru Charana Rati. That Rati is important in Gurudev. This Rati is important in our spiritual life. Rati and
Love.
love. Rati makes you feel. If no Rati, how you will feel? Rati makes you to live in that.
Sri Guru Charana Rati.
Say is the Uttam Rati because when Guru Charan Rati, then I start living in the bhav feeling of Gurudev. He is my lover, he is my friend, he is my mother, he is my father. Everything, bad, good, everything starts highlighting. That is feeling is this love.
Sri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma.
Yeah.
That is Sadma, the place. His
But to live.
lotus feet is the place of
To live.
bhakti.
To live, then bhakti will come. If I leave the place of Guru's lotus feet, bhakti will never come. No Rati will come, no Bhav will come. And when I learn from Rati, lusty, I become lusty, and feeling is growing. Gurudev automatically, he is here and he moved, and here Krishna and Radhika is here. Because in the heart of Gurudev, Radha Krishna, it connects.
One devotee had the question, how does my Ishtadev come to me? How does Ishtadev appear to me in my life?
It's there.
Together with Gurudev.
Like a Radhika appearance there. She is there. Only I have to appear in my heart. I have to see in my heart is that appearance. What will happen that I can feel my Swami Radhika in my heart. Krishna appears there. Appearing. Day of that is a appear in my heart. This is my wish.
This is
My wish.
my desire.
Desire. You are my Swami, you appear in my heart all the time. You are there, but I cannot see you. I can feel that you are in my heart. That is appear.
And she is there because Gurudev is there.
Krishna is there because of Gurudev. And because of Gurudev, Radha Krishna is there, so my Sarup is there. These are the fixed. Because we are interested in my sadhana bhakti, bodily consciousness, we identify body. But when I get shelter of, by grace of Krishna to Radhika, then we need Rati from my spiritual body. This material body is there, but is not affecting the change in the spiritual body.
It's got to vibrate
Yes, it's spiritual.
with the spiritual energy.
Because my lusty desire, my greed, and my feeling is there. Before my feeling was with my senses and with my flesh. And it's changed in different ways. Life. There is one place. Here.
This is yours.
No problem. We'll do.
This is the mind's body. And this is the soul. I'm living here, I think for it. When I will start living here, in my spiritual body, I will connect everything from here. Right or not? When I will start thinking from here, my lusty desire will start from here.
Yes, yes.
And this lust is attachment. And this attachment will grow, my feeling will grow with that. The same thing is a day-to-day, my material life is an easy teaching for the spiritual life. There is two things. Somebody yesterday, Tarun Govinda called me and we are talking, then the subject comes, this Guru Pranali is a bogus. Then he asked, what is your observation? I said, yes, it's a very bogus thing. Bogus because I want to live here in my material body. Sure, it's bogus to understand this. Why I will bother for my spiritual body? Why I will think for so? Because my desire to live here in my material body. So I said, for those people who want to be here, bogus for them, and who has a desire to live in this, very beneficial for them.
Gives inspiration and clarity in your meditation.
Meditation. Because I know my place today. I was living in the basement. I think everything from that. Now I come here, I am thinking from here. And I will change my route, then I will think from that. This is the nature. Right or not?
Yes.
Simple. For those who live here is a bogus thing. Wasting my time. And who live here, this is bogus thing, wasting my time. So now you have to decide what is my desire, what is my goal to do. What is why I am living here? Because of attachment. My Gurudev placed me to bhajan here. Why I was living there? I have a lusty desire. It's a big place, very comfortable. Devotees can sit there. AC is there. All comforts they make for me. So this is my last.
Radha Mahan was on top of you. This is most.
No, so listen, that I say, why I leave someplace. My lusty desire being to keep there. And that feeling is living to me. When I leave some place, that feeling covered me. That to understand. Understand? Clear or not? More explanation? Because you asked more clear, so I'm going. Go on.
So when he reaches the stages of Rakti or Bhav, he becomes liberated.
You see? One stage to me, not to liberate. Freedom, no freedom. And one is the place of freedom. Somebody wants not to be free, and one wants liberation, freedom. The Vaishnava philosophy say, living in this body you can be free. Only change your place to live. You change your place to live, you're free. You are free. In the Western world, people say, I want to be free. How you will be free when you are in the material body or senses? You have to act for that. And you will create new and new subject every day for suffering. And when you want to free, you have to liberate from this attachment. Then you have to know the base where to live. And when you start living, you got the freedom. But there is also attachment. Then you will free from this. If you have no attachment there and no feeling there, you will come back here. Simple. Right? Before I was sitting in that chair. Why is it comfortable so? I become attached and I start sitting there. Because of comfort. You see? Sit and see. Very comfortable. And this is very hard. But I am sitting there that I will not sleep. Because I start to wake up morning. So I have a short place to sit. Very tightly. So I was attached there. And my feeling was there. I moved from there to here. To sit in a hard place, then I attach here. And my feeling grows with this. Simple. Quite difficult to understand. Only to text man, sitting and feeling.
So we have to change our sitting place to sitting in the spiritual body.
Yeah. It's a very complicated issue when you make complicated. And very easy for easy person. Who is living, for them is very easy. And who is not trying to live there, very complicated. Why? Because they don't want to be free. They don't want to come out from the suffering.
Happiness and suffering.
Yeah.
Mixed.
Sometimes happiness, sometimes suffering. This is happening. They don't want to be free and without suffering. This is the problem. What to do? I have to help myself. Jiva Daya means I have to identify first my jiva, then I can see in every living being there is a soul. I start helping to the other jiva, but I don't want to help myself. Because I don't recognize inside me that jiva is me. Why not I want to help my jiva? Because I don't recognize, only I recognize body and my senses.
And you have mercy with other bodies.
Other body, I want to help others. But I don't see my jiva and I don't want to go deep to realize it. So Mahaprabhu says 3 words. Name ruchi, jive there. When the test will come in name, holy name, first thing will happen, you will start looking jiva. So, living entity. And third will happen, Vaishnava Seva.
Vaishnava Seva.
Third is only to serve. You see the life of Jesus. Always he 24/7 is his madness for service. And he see Jiva because he said himself is a son. Just look into Jiva. He said, I am a son. Or whose son? Genetic or spiritual? No, I am a son because I am a soul. My father is God. He is a Jiva. First he gave mercy and he see whole family.
Who?
Jesus. I show that you understand. If you not understand Jesus, how you will understand Radha and Krishna? How you will move for Radha and Krishna? He is teaching 3 things. Relation. He is the teacher of relation. I am a son, you my father. It is not religion. And Paryojan, you always see from his spiritual identity and divine things. This was his goal. You cannot throw the stone if you never do mistake, then you throw the stone to others. It's identification of yourself.
Why is it identification of myself?
Everybody wants to throw the stone to others.
You are faulty, you
Yeah,
are faulty. You are doing something wrong.
Because you not see yourself. Who are you? This senses, body is always faulty. Krishna covered you with the fault that you do mistake and you suffer and you forget. Like mother, I say to the mother brings so many toffee and toys. One room is full of toys. So why? You engage in these toys and this toffee and you forget. So I create all this plastic body to you. You play with this and you forget me.
Mother is saying, or mother is thinking.
Mother is the mother of creator is the mother. Lord. He said you believe with yourself and forget. I have so many works to do. We do and he also do. we do in small scale, and he is doing in bigger scale. Nature is the same. You ask, go to the Gopigar, one room is full of toys.
Yes, it's just one big room, like this room.
I mean, outside also. After that, the baby is not living to the mom. Then he came one mother,
Extra mother.
extra mother. This is the nature of the baby and nature of the mother. How much greed is there for mama? That depends. Mama sees that. Then she cannot stop herself. So why Narayan Maharaj always telling your greed is necessary. Your lust is important. This lust. One time I am lust with the playing to the toys. And one time I have lust to take the breast of the mother. It's a greed. Jesus said, I was seeing face to face, but I grown up with my covering. I cannot see. What is this? It's all covering, plastic body. My ego, my false desires, material thing. Who will bring anything? I will bring with me this sofa. I will bring anything when I will go leaving this body. I will go empty hand. So we have all to go. Only I will take the things what I exchange the love with you. My Lord.
Srila Vishwanath Chakravartipad writes in his Madhurya Kandambini, in the stage of bhav, like we heard before, Rakti or bhav.
Go on.
In the stage of bhav, the feeling of I-ness, this is me, has almost entered the Siddha Deha, the spiritual body, and has almost given up the material body.
You see, this is the truth. When I say I am to this material body, false. And when you will see I-ness to the spiritual body, your material body will vanish from you. It will stay, but it will not affect you.
In the stage of bhav, the
Feeling. Bhav means feeling.
The feeling of I-ness has almost entered the Siddha Deha, the spiritual body.
That I-ness, what I practice 72 years in my bodily consciousness, it will go to my spiritual body. I will start doing it. Right? Understand?
Then this material body becomes inactive.
Yeah, it will be active in the guidelines of my spiritual body. It will go to the kaka, it will go to the pipi, and if somebody is married and he has husband, He will do everything normally with the senses to make happy to the husband. And lusty desire for the senses will finish. The greed to satisfy others. This is the spiritual life. This is not that I renounce and go to the forest and again I become like a monkey. I'm not wearing the clothes, I eat the only fruits. And every 3 minutes I need sex. You see the monkeys? What they do? They have no clothes. They don't have a home. They have nothing. But you see the lusty desire? This is the reason, this is happening by renouncement. And this is the real renouncement when I change my place, spiritual place. I is this now. Understand, Panditji?
Yes.
Explain this. When you will explain, you will be clear in your mind. Because you are a preacher and you have to be very clear in this point.
So I said that the material body become inactive, but Gurudev says when we are living in the spiritual, when we are sitting or living in our spiritual body, then the material bodily activities may go on, but they are vibrating with the bhav or the feelings of the spiritual body.
Like I am living here. This is my room. I am living in my spiritual body. But I vibrate in my old room also, na? Somebody goes and sits there. Vibration is going on.
Very good place to give class in.
Classes, everything. I can also go there. But it's not that I is there. I is there. You see, this is the change. And how you will see, you cannot understand without realizing yourself. You have to realize, and for that you need bhajan. You need bhajan. You need no pain to others. Living soul. You say that Vaishnava is only who is here, and my family is not Vaishnava, bogus. Every living being who lives with the soul, they all are Vaishnava. Every living soul is a Vaishnava. He is thinking or he will think further. They also Vaishnava. Would not become, but they think to become, they are also Vaishnava. If somebody becomes friend of Vaishnava, he is also Vaishnava. Understand? Like her mother is my friend. We don't know each other, but she is my friend, right or not? And we are in love with each other, right or not? So these are the things we have to loving and respect. And your life change or not? Huh? See, that's the point. This is a spiritual life. Not running out from forest and becoming renounced. There's nothing happening. I want to do this. I run out from my family and this. But it's the same. It's nothing effective. My all lusty desire was there. Everything was normal. My greed was with my money also there. Everything is there. So what is the change? changes. This is the change. This is my research, and I find it. So I'm sharing with you. This can change our life. Understand, Prabhu?
I'm very bad student.
Crazy. You are my hope, and you say that. You are the hope. Yeah.
I need to hear again and again.
Can
They
I
are
ask?
laughing at me.
Yeah.
They're laughing.
Ten devotees laughing at me.
So live in your spiritual body, and then from there, also take care of your world here in this.
Why not? I will leave that. So then the person who live in the spiritual identity, they stop going pee or kaka.
No, that's you
Then
make it very.
then taking care of
It's
this.
it's very practical, good. If we have not to negate this, we are just using it as a tool, as an instrument. And one point you make is very important, Gurudev. When this develops, then I have more feeling also to help others and to go deeper to help others. Also understand that
Yes. If you have you are living in a spiritual body, and this body you married with someone, this body is for them. Why this body is physical body is there? To serve with your senses to your husband's senses. If you cannot do, you are not fit in material life. This is the thing. You become a spiritual person, then you renounce your body also. No, your responsibility not renounced. Gopis never renounce his responsibility, but they never forget Krishna. Everything they was normal with their children and their husband, but they always feel this child is also Krishna, and this my husband is also Krishna. They do with this feeling everything. That's the point. This is Gopi Bhav. Gopi Bhav. Gopi body now. Gopi Bhav. Feelings. Bhav means feeling. Every movement he should be with Gopi Bhav. Right? With the feeling that I'm Gopi and I'm serving to Krishna, that is feeling is a spiritual life. Understand? I am not lusty, but I am ready to serve all the circumstances of my lover. Negativeness will finish. All negative and blockage you will throw it out. Is nothing going to disturb you. You will be the free person. Freedom is this, not other thing is freedom. You do detachment. Nothing is attachment. In the mood of service. Yes. It's a big subject to
Maybe
practice.
they have some questions, Panditji. Ask them.
Kishore.
What? Understand? Chaitanya?
Gurudev, Kishore from Japan has a question to you.
Yes.
You want to have the headphone?
No, you tell Gurudev first. Yes.
Or I can tell you a question.
No. You ask, I don't know. Everybody will listen. You listen, say to me, I will answer you.
Can you say the question, Kishore?
Clear?
Yes.
If you see your hand, can you explain again? If you see your own hand, what did you say? Same Radharani means what? Say. Gurudev, Kishori's question is, if she see her husband as Radharani, if she see her friends as Radharani, is this the same Radharani? And she is a little confused by this way of thinking.
Actually,
I understood the question.
you understand?
She acknowledged that I understood the question.
Actually, Radha Gopi is a bhav, feeling. Radhika is a feeling, and Krishna is a feeling. First basic she has to understand. The Gopi bhav means who 24/7 live with Radha.
Yeah.
This is Gopi.
Yeah, you have to start with that.
That. When you see with your bodily consciousness, there is nothing. Explain that. I am telling you. Second thing, Radha Rani is a feeling who is only one pointed want to give to Krishna. And Krishna has a feeling that he is the only enjoyer, but he cannot give like Radhika, because Radhika is one pointed giving to Krishna, but Krishna wants to give to everyone. He's a feeling. That feeling has to understand. So now, if I want to practice Gopi Bhav, then how to feel? Like a gopis are feeling, living with his husband, living with his wife, children, and he feels with the child of my Krishna. The same time Krishna becomes child, and same time his husband becomes lover, and she gives with Gopi Bhav that feeling to Krishna. And it's not bodily exchanging.
And it's not Radhika, it's Krishna.
You are?
It is, she said that my husband becomes Radhika, but she becomes Krishna.
That first you have to understand. How you will explain when you not understand the basic. The feelings, importance of feeling in your spiritual identity, not in physical identity. She is talking this feeling from his physical identity. And she cannot feel this, my words, without practicing in her feeling this spiritual life. That's the point.
She has to have this realization first.
Yes. It's not easy. You have to do sadhana for that to go for that deep understanding. It is not philosophy that you one day you follow.
Gurudev, what about this starting point, I am a servant?
Yes. I am a servant.
It's not
All
for my...
jiva is servant. When in neutral position, every jiva is servant. Like he is working, she has a company, her life. She is not servant of the company. This is the nature of jiva to become servant. And she is not servant of the person who is working in her company. And whose company is this Lord company? Who gives the food to everyone? This is not Krishna company. She is living in the hotel. This is my hotel because I sleep in this bed, my bed. But honestly, this is not my bed. So I said, this is my hotel, but this is not your hotel. You are working in this and you are providing job to so many people for the food. So you are serving to the Lord. So everyone is a worker. Jiva Nitya Krishna Das. I work indirectly to him or I want to work directly to him. That is the difference.
Can I give the answer to her?
So, yes, so
Can I give the answer first? I want to say the answer with my own words, Kishore. Yeah? So when we are worshipping our Ishtadev, Radha Mohan, Radha Govinda, then when we become fixed in that worship, then we start to see our Ishtadev, Radha Mohan, everywhere. And this is a realization that is coming from worshipping the deity or chanting your Diksha mantras. You have to do some bhajan, some practice that you realize this. And Srila Prabhupada says in Srimad Bhagavatam that the perfection of deity worship is that you start to see how everything is happening because of your Ishtadev that you are worshipping.
Sarup. He said, page 4, by devotion practice you develop Sarup. And when you practice this Sarup, to live in your Sarup, you got the perfection in this Sarup. This stage.
Then you can see your Ishtadev.
Sarup and Sarup Siddhi, you can be in Kshatriya.
Gurudev is saying, Kshatrahi.
That is a very deep thing. You explain in your spiritual bodily consciousness, seva sadhak rupen. Seva sadhak rupen.
Siddha
Rupen Kshatriya. Inside and outside, Kshatriya's umbrella. You can do in and out both sides. This is the spiritual life. And how much you practice your spiritual life, your expansion of chakra umbrella will become bigger and bigger. Not only in your family, not with your company, you can expand this umbrella bigger and bigger. You don't know how much it can expand.
Everywhere.
Every place, Gurudev chakra is a very big chakra. To protect every living being. So that chakra, the pure Devi, this art teach a student become serious, a student become master, and serious student should be master. In a school, a very serious student, they can become teacher, PhD, professor. But serious student, bogus student not become teacher or master or professor. So you explain, sorry.
No. Kishore has a second question.
What? That I give answer to you. And if you not explain it, she will think that I am not giving answer.
I think she heard both your answer and my answer, and she understood.
You understood? I understand, Kishori.
Yes.
You will come here, then you will understand. You are coming on 17th, right?
You are coming on the 17th?
September?
16.
September 16th.
Yeah. Japan is coming.
I wish to make something here crystal clear. If I summarize, for us practitioners in Western world, we are practicing mixed consciousness, spiritual and material consciousness. Sometimes more this, sometimes more other. So it is not possible in the West to become perfect in executing spiritual consciousness. We have to come close to Gurudev because he gives this shelter. By serving him, we can get the mercy of Radharani, who will shoot this arrow of big impression that will wash away all our other impressions, and we will follow only this one big impression.
Same thing happened in my life.
So it is not possible in the West to become perfect, but to come too close to Gurudev and serve his lotus feet.
Same I do like this.
This is your answer. It's not possible in the West. If I imagine that in the West it's possible, it's both.
No, actually, one car, and it goes sometime 6 months out, and you don't drive that car. That you can't not drive for 6 months. What you have to do? You have to put the battery in charging. And when you charge the battery, you make the car will start. Now they have a button. You put the push button and car will start. So if you want to start your car, and then you have to run engine all the time. And if you cannot run the engine 6 months, then you have to charge the battery.
But it's much easier to be at the source of the charger.
Yeah.
It's much easier.
Yes. And if you cannot be in source of charging to the battery all the time, then you have to bring to the charger to charge it and again put in there.
Like Krishna says,
So Vrindavan, why we come to Vrindavan? To charge our battery. Because I 6 months no drive. I drive different thing. So I want to charge my battery to start my car. Jai, Balihari, Balihari.
युग राज करो स्वस्थ न इंद्रो वृद्धस्वाः स्वस्थ न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्थ न स्थार्थो अरिष्टदेवीः स्वस्थ नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु यशस्करं बलवन्तं प्रभुत्वं तदेव राजा अधिपतिर्बभूव संकीर्णनागा स्वपतिं नराणां सुमंगल्यं सततं दीर्घमायु युगल के चरण में सलाम युगल नाम सो नेम जपत नित कुंज विहारी अवलोकन रहे केल सखी सुख के अधिकारी गान कला पर वीर श्याम श्यामा को तो से उत्तम भोग लगाए मोर मरकट तिल को से निपत द्वार ठाले रहे दर्शन आशा जास की आसुधीर उद्योग कर रसिक छाप श्री हरिदास
Sri Haridas.
श्री हरिदास जी
You see, this is Vrindavan.
भक्तमाल
There is no other topic than Rasik Vaishnava, and there is no other topic than Kishori.
महाराज
So.
भक्तमाल कार में सौरे भक्तन को का लिखो
अच्छा
तो स्वामी हरदास जी को नंबर आयो
सच्ची बात है।
तो वे लिखवे जाए तो वो लिख आगे नहीं स्वरूप तो उनने उनके गुरु की जो है वो वंदना करी तो बिना ये मार्ग गुरु को मार गए महाराज
He is studying this marg. Braja marg is the way of the first to through the guru.
तो महाराज फिर तो गुरु की जब वंदना है गई तब स्वामी जी भक्तमाल कार को ऐसा हो कि जा संत को याद करते वो सन्मुख आई जाते तो ये जाने स्वामी हरदास जी की सब उपासना है महाराज युगल नाम सो नेम जपत नित कुंज विहारी
What? Then do the niyam. Niyam means make the rule in life.
युगल
What
नाम
rule? That I have nothing other thing to do. I will only think for Jugal, Radha and Krishna.
राधा माधव
Radha Mohan.
राधा मोहन राधा माधव राधा
Only this is my goal.
राधा माधव राधा मोहन
Jugal Naam so
नेम
Niyam. I took the brata, promise.
व्रत
And
नेम व्रत
brata.
युगल नाम सो
This
नेम
brata fasting is no brata. This is the brata.
जपत नित कुंज विहारी
And only I will think in Kunja of Biharin and Bihari.
बिहारी की महाराज बड़ी बढ़िया तुम्हें ग्रामर तो सुना मैं बेहारी
Bihari.
इति बिहारी
अच्छा
काल का भी जो हरण कर दे बीना में काल को महाराज
हाँ
तो काल का भी जो हरण काल जो डरता है वो ठाकुर जी से डरता है महाराज राजा की डरे भाई और का तो
मगर यहाँ तू मूर्छित हो जावे राधा रानी के सामने।
ना तो वो मूर्छित यानी बे मैंने काल भी जहाँ हार जाए उसका नाम है कुंज विहारी।
कुछ और बताओ राधा रानी के साथ। ये तो बेचा नहीं महाराज। I don't like that Krishna control the demons. I don't like this idea. Can you say more sweet with Radhika? Because when he goes Krishna in the front of Radhika, he lose his consciousness. Say something in this way.
सदा श्री स्वामिनी जी के संग में जो नित्य निकुंजन में विहार करे वो नित्य विहार।
क्या बात हुई।
आपके मन को सुना। जुगल नाम को ले जपत नित्य कुंज विहारी अवलोकत रहे केल सखी सुख की अधिकार।
वाह।
प्रिया प्रीतम की जो केली है रही है महाराज।
केली किसको कहे महाराज? इसको
केली कहे महाराज प्रिया प्रीतम की जो क्रीड़ा है रही है।
Keli, he said Keli. I said, what is meaning of Keli? Can you explain? He said, in between Radha and Krishna, what is happening? That names Keli.
केल माल करते लोग बोल रहे हैं।
हाँ, केल माल।
तो वो केली। आपके अंग्रेजी में गा गए केली को।
अब अंग्रेजी में तो कोई बड़ी ना है। ये पूछे कि अंग्रेजी में का what is the word of the Keli? I said no words in English because they have a business word. Actually, English is a dealing for business, not for feelings.
प्रिया प्रीतम की निकुंज में क्रीड़ा माना। संस्कृत में हम लोग क्रीड़ा कहते।
Means he is telling that the play of divine couple is the Keli. How they exchange their love.
प्रेम समुद्र में महाराज प्रेम समुद्र में जो लव है वही क्रीड़ा है। लव प्रेम।
अच्छा।
युगल को जो प्रेम है
समुद्र में प्रेम is the ocean of the love. What they do, exchange privately, that is Keli. Radhe Radhe Govinda